Be me. Working at Google on Fuchsia. Have to port something from Google 3. Not that interesting, but it's an honest living, I guess. Wait through all the compile errors and port all the dependencies. Make my service wrapper around the existing library. All is well. Finally it's time to enable it in the services JSON at boot. Works okay, integrates with the app that needed it. Suddenly I get notified of a critical performance bug. 2 threads are spinning their ass off in a loop of like 10 instructions. It's inside my service. What? This is just at startup, it just sits on the event loop until someone connects to it. There's like 3 lines in main. Wait a minute. It can't be. Isn't Google? Traces through it. It's there because of the initialization order fiasco. Didn't even care before this, you just put it at the start of everything at Google. Found the culprit. It's in //thread/thread.cc? What? This is Sanjay Gina. What's code? It's ancient, no one touches this. Can't possibly be the problem, right? And everyone gets it just by having //thread in their dps, which is like everyone. Turns out it starts 2 threads in init Google. Checking for thread liveness, okay. They check and then sleep for 1 second. Using poll 0.0.1000. Say what? Oh, this is from 2006 and comes with some note about signals from an L9 engineer, Mike Burrows. Maybe Nana's sleep wasn't around then? Anyway, obviously this is supposed to sleep. Checks POSIX stocks. Unhelpful as always. Clearly no one ever thought this wasn't obvious. Checks Fuchsia. They don't sleep if NFDS is 0. Finally. Get it fixed in Fuchsia, change the poll 0.0.1000 to sleep for, turn off thread liveness for my service, can't even use it anyway. Look slyly at the other Google 3 Fuchsia people who somehow hadn't run into this yet despite Google 3 on Fuchsia being a thing for a while. Be me. Update Ubuntu server. Reboot. Turn off. Add PCI SATA controller and SATA disk. Ethernet disabled. Reboot emergency mode. Reboot emergency mode. Reboot normal boot. Enable Wi-Fi. Format disk. Reboot emergency mode. Reboot emergency mode. Reboot normal mode. Try to fix Ethernet in various ways. Reboot emergency mode. Reboot emergency mode. Reboot emergency mode. Reboot Ethernet enabled. I'm now scared to reboot. How does this shit make sense? Why does a PCI SATA card interfere with the motherboard Ethernet? Nepotism chads rise up. Be me a year ago. Get 2 years into CS degree. Drop out because stress and lazy. Never had a job before. Uncle has cybersecurity company. Mom puts in good word for me, likely claims oh he is so good with computers. Get hired without an interview or putting in a resume. Get paid Aussie minimum wage for 4 months. Get promoted. Now earn $30 an hour after tax. 12-hour shift, but very comfy since I do 1 to 3 hours of work and shoot the shit with my coworkers. Life has never been better. I would unironically be fucked and still unemployed in my mid-20s if I didn't have my mom put in an expression of interest for me. Thanks Mom. Be me. Start new job. With a small shop aka one dev who consults on the side and has some apps. Hired to help maintain apps. Massive stack of shit I've never used. Boss has given me a total of 5 hours instruction at the most over the course of months. Boss complains and grumbles constantly out loud. Boss doesn't give me any directed goals. I look at docs all day and try to use data tutorials for the dinosaur stack. Boss eventually admits he hardly wrote any of the code base and doesn't understand it. I work 2 hours extra every day. Boss implies I'm not meeting expectations. I would already be looking for new jobs if I could, but this is my first job and I've only been here about 2 months. He's wanting me to do more but can't even explain what he needs done because he has no idea how to do it. I have no experience with the stack and he knew this. When I say this guy complains constantly, I mean constantly. Always calling his command line an asshole out loud, getting visibly aggravated at pop-ups, stopping me to tell me some random shit unrelated to work. It's definitely getting to me, brothers. It's just the idea that if I can't make it here it's going to be a major setback, but I'm doing my best given my circumstances. All of this is compounded by the fact that my salary is way below market. Fuck. Me. Do case swap. Finishes, boots PC. No display on monitor. WTF.jpg. Checks cables, everything's in the right spot. All fans are spinning, even GPU fans are spinning at startup. Make sure that I indeed plugged the display cable from GPU to said monitor. Still no display. Dead motherboard maybe? I did all of the following methods online to fix this and it still doesn't work. Does anybody have any suggestions? I have a B460 motherboard, DSEH, with an RTX 3060 and an i5-1140F. I have a good feeling it's either the GPU or the motherboard that's fucking everything up, but I can't know for sure. Me. Movad blocks port forwarding. Never used it. Turn on VPN. https://ipleak.net/ Run the torrent test. It's my VPN's IP plus some random port. Check the torrent client again. It's the exact same port my client is set to. What gives? I'm not a network fag, but it looks like the port is open without me doing anything. Ziggers. Chinks. Gooks. Moxxy. Rail. Brennan. Reddit. Sturdeniggers. LGA. What person, group of people gets to be the next man in the chair? I have a ring tree, can it be me next? Me. Used to use scripting languages to get into programming. AutoHotkey, then AutoIT, Pascal, Delphi. Brief excursion into C++ for DLL injection. Back to Python. Decide to learn Find a book by some Russian guy. The grammar is bad, but the text is understandable. How are Russians so god tier at explaining things? How? Me. Rented DevOps. All clients burger companies. Bag of bread. Move to Burgerland. Double the pay, half the tax rate. Many such cases anon.